Hello and welcome to Mad Dog Goes Racing, and today we're in rFactor2 having a look at the drop from a couple of weeks ago. I've been a bit preoccupied with life things, I'm afraid, so I'm a bit late getting around to this, but the last drop included the full BTCC 2023 liveries and the Cupra Leon. If we have a look down here, we'll have a few details. So it has the Team Hard squad with 6 drivers: Dexter Patterson, Bobby Thompson, Jack Boutel, Dan Lloyd, Nick Hamilton and Jade Edwards. And down here somewhere there's a few details about the car itself, the 350 horsepower 2-litre turbo, etc., fly-by-wire, 6-speed gearbox. I thought they're all basically the same now, aren't they? So yes, you've now got the option to buy just that car. You can buy it as part of the full pack, or you can purchase the full pack plus the British touring car circuits. That's the word I was looking for. Brain. Then it actually lists all of the individual liveries, so you can actually run through and have a look to see who's included and what their liveries look like for 2023. So now you are spoiled for choice with 2021, 22 and 2023. Now I've just been able to go in the forward focus to remind myself what a front-wheel drive car feels like in rFactor2, because obviously different sims feel slightly different with different types of car, and to be honest, I don't think rFactor2 is the best for front wheel drive. They're not bad, they're not undrivable or anything, I don't think they do quite as good a job as Raceroom or even AMS2, but horses for courses and all that. So now we've got the BMW, Cupra, the Ford, the Honda, the Hyundai, the Infiniti, the Toyota and the Vauxhall. So you now get 2021, 22 and 23 choices. I'm not sure who they've got in the individual cars for each year, without going back and having a look, but I think we'll go with Nick. See when I pick the right one. As always, we'll have a quick look in the showroom, or as quick as rFactor2 will allow me to load it anyway. Sometime later. Right, can I remember how to get it to? I always go the wrong bloody way, don't I? So, really nicely modelled, very shiny. I still think it's too damn shiny in here. We can manage to get to a position where we can actually see inside the car. I don't think we can from here. Doesn't do things like open a boot or anything. So, but yeah, it's really nicely modelled. Got all the usual things about tyre selection, etc., which they've done for the last couple. Again, you'll have differences in the 20, 21, 22, 23 about things like push to pass, because obviously they've changed the spec. So if I went to a 2021 version, you'll get something different in the customised. No, we've only got that. Maybe they've changed it slightly. So at one point it did different things when you selected different years, but we'll ignore that for now, because, well, let's go and drive the damn car and see what it feels like. Like I said, I've just driven the Ford Focus, which I seem to recall I thought was quite reasonable. And for some reason it looks like it's altered my field of view again. Why have it done that? This happened a while ago. Set the FOV to 100. Why the Hell has it done that? Is that because I just changed something else, so it decided to alter that as well? It's annoying. Right, I presume this is new. I hadn't noticed it before. The nice, oh, not wrong button, that one. That is nice and new, I believe. Whether that's just because I selected a different HUD, I don't know. But also, I'm sure that looks slightly different. But it does give you indication of when you push the passes and DRS, etc. So we'll turn it off for now, whilst we just give it an initial impression. Internal modelling looks quite reasonable. Obviously I'm not zoomed out, although I was a second ago. A few slight polygons obvious on the edge of the steering wheel, but it's not too bad. Now the blue lights come on, and that's telling me I can push the pass. I think it only comes on in 4th gear and above. Might be wrong. No, 3rd gear and above maybe. Only with a certain amount of throttle. I don't know how much throttle you need. Feels like about 50-70%, something like that. Probably if I turn that on you get a better idea, won't you? Let's have a look. Might also be speed related, I don't know. Whoop! Supposed to be like, where you go. Looks like about 50% throttle maybe. Yeah, something like that. Turn that off for a minute. First impressions, feels very, very similar to the Ford Focus. Not surprisingly, as it's a very similar car. Like I said, I haven't driven any of the other cars for a day or two, so quite hard to tell quite how different it is to the rest of them. Obviously the front wheel drive cars are all going to have a similar issue with a bit of torque steer. Like I said, rFactor2 I think suffers more torque steer than the likes of Raceroom and IMS2, certainly. It's not horrendous. I know some people just don't like driving front wheel drive race cars. Quite reasonable turn in there on the brakes. It's times like that where you feel it's like the front end's trying to walk as it slides out under protest as you accelerate through a corner, so you have to sort of try and modulate your throttle input a little bit to try and stop the car walking too far across the road. Which you'd probably say, well, it's understeering because you've got too much power on. Probably, yes. I can't feel any appreciable extra oomph from hitting push to pass, so it's not like you've suddenly got double the power or anything. I can't remember how much extra oomph it gives you. I don't think it's a huge amount, but it's just enough to give you a little nudge. At this point you should be able to see how much battery level you got on your main display, which you have. You see that button on the steering wheel. So it should go on up maybe, yep, 95, 96. If we actually put up the this bit, when you brake it actually tells you how much recovery you're getting, and you can see that the maximum battery is turning blue as well as it's being increased. And you barely need to touch the brake to start the recovery process, so interesting, whilst you got the throttle on it, don't do anything. I haven't tried that before, so I thought I'd just try it. So you can't cheat the system, so you have to be braking. I presume that's something to do with the fly-by-wire system. You get your 15 seconds per lap of push to pass, so you probably want to make sure you're using as much as possible out of this. Where the battery is, above that, the percentage for what I thought was recovery, when you actually deploy, it goes up to 60 to 69%, so I'm not sure what that number actually tells you. Whether that's how much of its available oomph it's giving you, I don't know. But I haven't managed to work out if there's a combination of buttons that you can press to actually increase or decrease that. There's electric motor energy bits and pieces and all sorts, and I would have to keep remapping all the buttons on my wheel until I got everything on my keyboard or something to cover all the bases on that. And at the moment I'm thinking no. So it doesn't exactly explain in graphic detail how, if it is changeable, what it is that you can change. I mean, there's a motor map adjustment which doesn't seem to be doing anything, so but there's also other things, but I thought most of them related to the Formula E's and things, so but in terms of driving this thing, I mean, it's not doing anything stupid. If you can lock the brakes, it seems that it's definitely locking the front, not the rear, so unless you really wind the brake balance back a lot to see if it causes a problem, which we will do, assuming we're going the right way. I'm assuming that's going backwards. We'll try and 50% and see what happens when we eventually get down there. That'll do for now. Yep. Didn't like that a lot. So yes, you can quite easily overdo the bias. Wind it forward about. I wish there was an option going up a bit quicker than that. Obviously you wouldn't normally wind it back quite that far all in one go. Not unless you were suicidal. But yeah, it's very, very similar to the Ford. Like I said, I haven't driven any of the others for a while, so I'll give it a few seconds up here. Yeah, nice turning. Doesn't do anything too stupid unless you wound the brake balance back too far, obviously. Once you get your head around the torque steer, you can actually feel when you've given it too much welly, it just suddenly sort of goes no. So it's quite informative. It's just some people literally just can't stand it, so I mean, I don't mind. Of course, with front wheel drive you will be doing absolutely everything on the front, so tyre wear will probably be quite bad. Never sure whether you're better off just using it for a bit of extra oomph at the start of a straight, or whether you should hold it all the way. Little bit of a running wide, trying to get into the corner there. It's not the most informative FFB when it comes to locking up the tyres either, so... Have we actually got any push to pass left? Yep, about 0.1 of a second or something daft. I'm not sure if that was the use of the push to pass that was improving things, or just me going a bit faster there. But yeah, certainly it's a nice addition to get the absolutely full grid of the 2023 BTCC. So very welcome. Now presumably they'll be starting to concentrate on their Le Mans game that will be coming out in December, which will be interesting to see what they've managed to get in that. They're apparently going to have everything, so hopefully they'll have the Garage 56 car as well, which will be interesting. For those who haven't seen it yet, the NASCAR is 75 years old this year, and Le Mans is 100 years old this year, so they combined the two, and they've actually got a NASCAR car going around here, Le Mans 24-hour course, and it surprised a lot of people. It's actually faster than the GTE cars at the moment, and it's not all down to straight line speed, so I hope they do get it in the game, and if they do, it should be quite an interesting experience to drive. The fact they've already got NASCAR cars in here anyway, and they are really quite good. Should be interesting to see how that translates to the Le Mans experience. Quite easy to get a bit of a lock up into there and drift a little bit wide, but same into there again. It's just, it needs a little bit of something to tell you that it's locking up a bit. I could probably do something with Fanatec, which I've got turned off at the moment, to give me a bit of a vibration or something. Yep, definitely a bit slower without the push to pass. So not only does it give you the option to push to pass, it gives you the option to actually just do faster lap times. But yeah, that's quite a nice car. I mean, obviously, oh god, wrong button. Obviously, if you don't like the why the replay's a bit stuttery now. If you don't like front wheel drive cars, you're probably going to go, no, shit. But there are a couple of rear wheel drive cars in the BTCC, so you still get the opportunity, if you don't like front wheel drives, to actually drive those. And I think they're all, certainly the last time I checked, they were all reasonably well balanced in terms of performance. So front or rear wheel drive across a reasonable selection of circuits. So yeah, nice little car, nice addition. Wasn't too expensive. What did they say? It was £4 something for the single car. If you buy the whole lot, it's 25 quid or something like that for all the BTCC cars and the 4 circuits. Which was it, 25 quid? I can't remember now. Obviously, I just bought the bloody things anyway. So, but yeah, nice addition, and that of course means we now have a full BTCC grid, which is nice to see. Obviously it would have been better if it had managed to just have a BTCC game, but obviously that fell by the wayside, so better to have it in here than not have it at all, as they say. So from me, for now, I'll just sort out a replay and add that up a corner there, and I will catch you soon. Have fun, enjoy yourself, be careful, safe and everything else. Probably think of something else to say as I've switched the camera off, but for me, have fun, enjoy your racing. I'll see you soon. Goodbye. Where's my button?